Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ShowdownGG here on Twitch.tv. We are here live for Smash of the Titans number 4. I am your host for the pre-show, Andy Sorrow. Joined along co-host today, very special, Telmo is in the building.
Telmo, that's what's up.
Oh, man, like Panda.
Yep.
What's good, sir? Happy to have you on the couch for, like, the first time for a pre-show.
I know. I've never been on the couch for a pre-show. In fact, I don't think I've ever been on the couch here at all.
It's a nice couch, isn't it?
It is it's really relaxing. Like I just came off work and I'm pretty tired from work, but like
But you're ready for a Smash tournament, right?
I am you have no idea
Awesome.
how ready I am for a Smash tournament. I've been waiting literally a week.
A whole week. Oh
my gosh. A whole week.
Some people wait a whole lifetime, but more
Yes.
importantly, some people have been waiting months to hear about the new PR going
Yes.
on in NorCal. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have for you the pre-show dedicated to our new PR for the next coming few months.
Yes, this upcoming PR season is going to be very, very competitive, and I mean, I'm looking at this list and
It's looking pretty good.
things are about to get shaken up, ladies and gentlemen.
So let's start off with our number 20 guy. Can you reveal to us who that is?
All right, everyone. Coming in at number 20, we've got TCM's Mr. Peabody.
Mr. Peabody.
Mr. Peabody.
Fox Main himself from down in the South Bay area. The man has been racking up quite a number of wins this season. I feel like he grinds out a lot of versus tournaments as well as has he gone to any of yours over in the East Bay?
So I did hold the first Don't You Dare a couple months ago, I think at this point, and he showed up to that. I've seen him around. He's a very, very technical Fox player. Definitely honestly, not a name that I thought would have been on this list, but now that I see it, I say he deserves it.
Well, I'm looking at his win sheet, and he's looking like he did pretty darn well this season. He beat Modomo twice, Sean once, Future twice, Cosses Moss, Nova, G-Pick, Future, 2 Ducks even.
Wow, that's actually
and a partridge in a pear tree, man. He beat them all, so congrats to the first time ever, I believe, getting on the PR, Mr. Peabody. So coming in at number 19, we have another man from the Caged Monkey crew himself.
The Caged Monkey crew, and for his second time, I think ever, we have TCM's Iron Gonzalez, Mr. Daniel Vasquez himself.
Mr. PK Fire mixtape himself, so
plays the Goth Lucas.
Yeah, he does play the Goth Lucas. One of my favorite highlights I've seen from him was when he PK fired Mad Justin like 8 times in a row, and Mad Justin couldn't do anything about it. He retired his Larry Koopa that day. He told me, he's like, I'm never playing this character again. Iron Vasquez went ham on me.
I have my own little story about that. I met him in bracket at a Wombo, I think it was a Wombo Wednesday once, and I play Little Mac, and he PK fire spaced me. Did it about 9 times. 2-0'd me.
Oof.
Not close at all. Comes up to me right after and goes, I'm sorry, but I have to play that way against Little Mac.
Oh, man. What a hater. Just kept you out, dude. I do the same thing, so, I mean, I'm right there with you, my brother.
Yeah.
So he got a couple of wins on Future, some on Paradox, Scourge, Nova, Zoom, Modomo twice. DSS, Peabody, DJ Relly. He's gotten quite a number of wins this season.
He's kind of like beating people all around the area.
Yeah,
not just all around NorCal, not just one region.
Every time he's here at the Foundry too, I always see him doing pretty well.
Yes. And
so congratulations to TCM's Iron Gonzalez at number 19. Number 18, though. We have a man who dropped actually a couple of places, but always places well whenever I see him here.
Yes.
The one and only
8-bit Napster.
The most aggressive Rosalina I've ever seen in my life. This man has never shielded a day in his life. He just throws out hitboxes, crosses his fingers, and hopes that it works. But it works for him, man.
He is also the god of edge guarding in doubles.
That's true.
I have played with him a few times in doubles, and man, his offstage game is ridiculous.
Those halos, man.
You might not be able to see this because you don't have the graphic in front of you, but he has actually joined a new crew.
Yeah, so he joined 8-bit
first time,
this season.
I think.
So we'll see how that 8-bit experience rubs off on him going into the future. Could be for good, could be for worse if he's around Nova for too long. You know what I'm saying? That man will rub off on you.
Yep, and
number 17.
Number 17. This guy, interesting.
I
thought he was new.
No, he made it last season actually.
Oh, okay. So we've got the Lemon Man himself, the Icy Jet.
So We call him Jetamushi nowadays.
Jetamushi. One half of
Kamemushi. He's been inspired, but Jet has been one of those players I've always seen. Like, he's always done pretty decently well at tournaments, but in the last 2 seasons, he's been really cranking up his game. He's got his lemon pressure game on lock. It's really annoying to fight him. I hate him so much in game, but I love him outside the game. He's a great guy in the community. Young guy, too, one of our youngest competitors. So we don't see him too often here at Foundry because of that, because there's an age restriction. We can only let so many people in.
Yep.
But Jet, when you see him around the Bay Area, he's killing it right now.
I mean, I definitely think he's going to be killing it. I can't wait to see him here the next time. And that's one of the things about this going bi-weekly. Like, these happen less often. I think it's more hype when people like Jet can show up. And I'm definitely excited to see what he's going to do in the future.
Yeah.
And
so I'm looking through. Jet this season beat Peabody, DSS, Crustal, Madomo twice, Zoom twice, Nova, but who doesn't beat Nova, am I right? Scourge, Ducks.
Madomo twice.
He beat 3XA twice. I can't imagine how awful that was for whoever was holding that tournament, because that must have been 36 minutes of matches dedicated to running around and shooting projectiles, man.
Perfect shield game on lock right now.
Y'all thirsty to get your projectile game on.
Definitely.
Dirty. Coming in at number 16.
Go for it.
This is a man after my own heart, all right? So one of my favorite people in all of Smash Bros. Is the one and only Dire GP, a.k.a. GP Soul.
GP Soul.
So this man switched off of Wario because in Brawl, that was his main. He came in, played Wario for the longest time, was doing great. Was that a top 5 PR member for a couple of seasons, actually?
In Brawl?
Yeah, no, here.
Oh, here.
For Smash 4.
Oh.
And over time, he kind of came to the realization that he doesn't really like Wario's neutral game. He got a lot off of his punishes, especially with the fart and everything in his edge guarding situations. But he's like, you know what? It's time to sell out my main. We're on the Diddy Kong train.
Yep.
So, man's been trading in his bikes and farts for bananas now, and he's
bananas and peanuts.
Yeah, been doing pretty well.
Yep. And I have to say, like, part of the he's from the Santa Rosa area.
Yeah.
Personally, I know him through Big Mama, who's great, wonderful person in his own right. I've seen GB play a lot, especially here at the Foundry.
Yeah.
And I believe the last one, he plays pretty well. I think 5th or 7th.
Yeah, he always does really well. The one thing that he struggles with his Diddy Kong at times is he goes way too crazy and ends up SDing. Once he eliminates that, I could see him rising back into his top 5 position that he was once in. The other thing is that he mainly competes in Big Mama's house tournaments nowadays.
Yeah.
Just because he's not able to travel due to work schedule all the time. But if you look at his win sheet, he just beat Hitaku finally at the last Big Mamas. I know he was very proud about that because he's been having some trouble in the past, like a couple of weeks with Hitaku. But now back on top, GP Soul.
GP Soul, indeed. All right. So let's move on a little bit to number 15.
Yeah.
We have whatever you want, Teb.
Is that what it stands for?
It stands for whatever you want. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't. Whatever you want, guys.
Listen, so Teb is number 15. Teb is one of the best players in NorCal. He only goes to Sacramento tournaments for the most part, which is why you don't see his rating quite as high as the others, because he's not grinding out the tournaments or participating in as many as the others. Disgustingly good Mario. But I'm willing to sell out his 15th place position. If anybody in the chat can tell me what WYW stands for, I will switch your position for his position, all right? That goes for anybody else that ends up being WYW on the PR. I will trade your position if we can get the real definition.
And I think one of the things that doesn't actually get looked at when we do the PR is actually doubles ratings.
Yeah.
So his doubles performances have been incredibly stellar. I like highlighting his performance at Pappy's, where he teams with Solimar.
Yeah.
And they
oh my God, what an annoying combination.
Yes.
I don't want to lose to 2 high schoolers. Come on now.
But the thing is, so many people do. I don't think there's really any shame in it.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, they're both so good, know. And Teb, Mr. Tebbington, he is going to be he'll probably be getting. I want to see what he does in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Yep. Number 14.
And at number 14, the other half of Oh God, I'm gonna mess this up. Domo arigato jeto robato.
Oh my God, is that a real thing?
Their doubles name is something along those lines, but it is IC's Mudomo.
I mean, he's better known as Mudboy around my parts. Mudboy has been putting up some phenomenal performances over the past couple of months. Last Foundry event that we had, he went crazy on Rice in a match, like absolutely crazy. And I've never seen Mudomo play that well before. I cannot even begin to imagine what kind of levels he could take his performance to. But this is one of the very offensive foxes that I've ever seen, like most offensive.
And he goes for those up tilt, up air combos, and he does it so well with such crisp movement. It is hard to read. He's hard to read, first of all. And I just remember the name. It's Mudomo arigato jeto robato.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you go. And I have a lot of stories about playing these people, but it's mostly just getting dominated by them.
Why do you want to share that?
I have little to no shame about how underskilled I am at this game, like personally, but I once played Mudomo and lost 10 straight games to him.
Oh man,
it was brutal, but I learned so much about the Fox matchup in that.
So
and
if you want to know how you get on the PR, you gotta beat this guy 10 times in a row.
The K9's Bruce of Nork.
Jesus
I can't
Christ.
can't even finish that joke.
Mudomo also got 3 wins on 3XA, 1 on Iron Gonzalez, 1 on Parasite, 1 on Sean, 1 on DSS, 1 on Scorch, 2 on Rice, 1 on Koss, 1 on Future. Boy's been tearing it up.
10
this
on
season.
me.
10 on you. Whew. 10 on you.
He
man.
he has been tearing it up, and he has been for a long time.
Cool.
And the other thing about him is that he's really I've talked to this guy a lot, and he's really down to earth. He's a really cool guy, and he definitely is one of the most deserving members of the PR right now, at least.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so number 13. See, the thing is, it's like we here at NorCal operate like an elevator, right?
Yeah.
We just go from 14 to floor 12, so we're skipping 13.
We're skipping 13.
13's Future, whatever. So no.
Number 12.
In all seriousness, though, Future finally made the PR. His dreams finally came true. Number 13.
Something Hokage. Yes.
So he is always at your events, right?
Tome's Future.
Tome's Future.
So I guess I have to clear something up. I'm not formally a part of.
I thought you were.
I always see. That's the other Justin.
Okay, my apologies.
Another Justin, not the other Justin, but another Justin.
Oh,
I run
the Justin.
Yes, I run Compete League.
Okay.
I don't know how.
I thought Don't You Dare was at the 1337 cafe.
So
that's
okay,
why.
I guess I have to clear this.
Maybe that's why I was a little confused.
So Don't You Dare is at Kin Cafe in Hayward.
Yeah.
It shares the same venue, and that's because I'm from Hayward, and that's the venue I feel like would be most appropriate. And there's a second one coming this weekend. I don't know what I want to announce it. I was talking to people
save
about
it for the
this.
end of this.
I will save it for the end of this. I wanted to advertise it, like I wanted to. I'm trying to be cool about it, but I guess I had to clear that misconception up.
For some reason, real quick, I'm looking at my my win sheet thing, and I can't find Future's name on here. I've seen him take a lot of tournaments this season.
A lot.
And he beat Sean. Sean, you're never living that down. I'm gonna remind you every day. I think he beat DSS as well.
He's beating a lot of people.
He's beating a lot of people.
Yeah, and honestly,
I guess we'll do that to you.
I could argue that he deserves a higher spot, but I mean,
I see you Future bias.
I have a huge Future bias because I personally have taken I've seen him a lot. I've seen him improve. I think he has a high ceiling. Yeah. Honestly. And if we're being frank about it, memes aside, he's a very passionate player. Very passionate.
Some call him the K9 of NorCal.
That translates into a personality that I can understand a lot of people finding off-putting, but from a purely from the perspective of a competitor, he's one of the most he's one of the most fierce, dedicated competitors. And as someone that watches this game, I like seeing that. I mean, like, he pops off. Yeah. Is the one thing a lot of people say is annoying. But like,
hey man, when you put your heart on the line.
Yeah, when you put your heart on the line and you think you got that big win, I completely see where he's coming from, and I think that he is going to be higher on the PR in a future season.
We'll see.
Season.
Capital F,
capital
T,
T,
capital R.
Yeah.
So coming up at number 12. We have a guy who we usually see in the top 10 of these rankings. It is Fonk's very own Stark. So this season, Fonk Stark took a little bit of a hit. He has a couple of losses in there that normally I would see him beating those people, but I've also seen on those same days, like going into those tournaments, that like he's either been sick or has had something unfortunate like happening, like going on that day. Yeah. So I'm a John for you, Stark, because I know how good you are. I've played you a lot of times, and I don't think you should have lost to Warrior. I'm calling you out, Warrior, because that's going to be on stream here at Foundry one of these days. I'll announce that soon.
Yeah.
But
show match before, after the pre-show.
Oh. It will be the pre-show.
It will be the pre-show.
And the main show and the post-event, let me tell you. I'm coming for you, Warrior. So, yeah, Stark, though, definitely one of the best Clouds I've ever played against. Very aggressive, very good at reading, and very good at catching landings is like his main bread and butter.
I want to see him in more higher-level tournaments. Like, I want to see him on a national level more often.
He's done pretty well at the 2GGs when he's gone down there, but he just always is like just outside of top 8. Yeah. That's what I've seen. So, coming up, number 11. Since we have to keep the show rolling a little bit, we're falling a little bit behind.
Yep, we
have the Shulk Master herself.
Shulk Master Mixtape.
Saroni.
Ooh.
So, have you ever played against Saroni?
So I have not personally played against Saroni.
Let me tell you, it is one heck of an experience playing against Saroni, because every single time I think I have a little bit of breathing room, bam, speed Minato, pivot grab.
Oh my God.
I'm in a combo for like another 30%. She switches the jump Minato, and then I'm off stage and I'm dead. I'm like, Saroni, let me breathe for 1 minute.
Let this man live.
Let me live, dude. Like, that's all I'm saying. So I played her the other night, and she whooped my butt with every single character in her arsenal. She was going random at one point. I was like, this woman has the fastest reaction time I've ever seen out of a player, pretty much ever.
So yesterday that was Phoenix? Phoenix Games?
No, I'm saying online.
Oh, online. Okay.
Wi-Fi Warriors, dude.
Wi-Fi Warriors. I got you.
Come see my new crew. But Saroni is vastly making improvements every season. I could definitely see her being top 10 come next season, and she just needs to show up at tournaments. Because when she shows up, she wins, man.
I mean, she's from the Sacramento-Davis area, right?
Yeah, and the hub of all good things Smash right now. So.
And it's definitely hard for those people to come out to these tournaments. I know Trevante comes out.
Yeah.
You know, they come together to everything, almost everything. And
yep.
We'll talk about Trevante later, obviously. But
will we, though? Future might have took your spot, Trevante.
Maybe.
Just saying. Number 10.
And we get in the top 10 right now.
Number 10. We're going to take him off if any of you can tell us what WYW stands for.
We'll swap him with you, whoever you are.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on this list.
But number 10 is Solimar, WYW's own Solimar.
Yes. The other half of that.
Solimar, another one of the youngins up there. One of Teb's doubles partners.
One of. Probably his primary doubles partner.
Primary doubles partner. This man's Olimar does give the business. He is a combo machine with Olimar, especially with those regrab situations. He's one of the best at doing it in the business.
Yes, indeed. And Olimar mains all over can learn something from this guy.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Mostly York.
If you look at his rap sheet, pretty much all of his wins usually come from the greater Sacramento region, mainly because he's not able to get down to Foundry, which is one of the big tournaments every week since he's 17, I believe. But he does make it to all of the regionals and does really well at those as well.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to look through the rap sheet real quick. He's got a couple of wins on Wabi, on G-Pick, 2 on Teb, Prodigy, Boring Man, 3 on Stark. So that's where a lot of his points definitely came from this season. Future, Zoom, Arakai, DJ Relic. The list goes on, man, because like I'm looking through.
He just keeps scrolling right.
He has like one of the biggest spreads of different amounts of wins with like just one victory over them, and he just like won those and walks away and never plays them again. Like me, Solimar, I'm very, very salty. I want my run back. So Solimar doing well, staying at his 10 position. He's pretty much like always been in that that range right around there. Number 9 though.
Number 9, we have Saint Gaming's Hitaku.
Yeah. So Hitaku has been a beast on the Northern California PR for quite some time. He's always moving up like one position every season. He's coming for the top slowly but surely. But we've talked about it before, man. Ever since he switched from Sheik to Mewtwo, we've seen like vast improvements in his play.
That's a really interesting thing. Like, you know, when you switch, you typically switch to a top tier.
Yeah.
He's found a lot of success with Mewtwo.
Who's to say Mewtwo is not a top tier, though? Let me tell you, this character is ridiculous. and Hitaku plays him to like the utmost best extent that he can.
Yes, and he's one of the things I like about him is that he knows when to be patient more so than a lot of other players.
Some call it patient, some call it campy. I just say whatever, man. The guy's a number 9. You can't really complain with his results.
Nope, results are a thing indeed, and I mean he's taken games off a lot of notable players. Another one of the people from the Santa Rosa region. So he goes to a lot of Big Mama's little houses.
He's pretty much been the dominant force of the Big Mama's little house. Until last week, he pretty much won every tournament there this season.
Yep.
Which is insane to think about.
Yep. And I mean, like when you have that microcosm of people in Santa Rosa, they all play each other all the time. Big Mama's little house. It's hard, like, to try to break out. But this guy has still stood head and shoulders. Not really head and shoulders, but he stood, you know, at that next step for quite a while.
Yep. Yeah. So moving on up, number 8.
Let's skip this one.
That's what I'm saying, because it's the man with the plan to rig it all.
He is not even playing in this. He doesn't play these tournaments ever.
So we have number 8 is going to be SD Sean.
Sudden Death Sean.
Sudden Death Sean.
We have Showdown's very own Sean.
So Sean's win sheet, because everybody needs to look at this, because let's be real. You think the man's rigging it, but when you look at his win sheet, it's looking pretty good. 4 wins on Iron Gonzalez, 3 on 3XA. He's got 4 on Paradox, 2 on DJ Relly. I mean, when we're listing people outside of the PR, these are like the next in line kind of people. These are like our honorable mentions or guys that have been taking wins off a lot of other names.
Yeah,
so.
I think in the community we call them notables.
Very, very notable. He has 3 against Koss this season. I mean,
that's insane.
Yeah, can you complain? 1 on Rice, 1 on Zex. So Sean's been doing a lot of work. Unfortunately, he can't compete in these tournaments. He could maybe even be a little bit higher than he is. But
yeah, I think so. And I mean, I think that definitely skews the perspective of him on the PR. And I mean, right here, he's number 8. I think he was number 5 last season.
Yeah, but you got to regulate. So
oh no, he was number 8.
Much respect to Sean for running these tournaments. Small golf clap for the man himself.
Yes.
So
and
let's go on to 7.
Up. Yeah, number 7.
That's all you.
Yes, number 7. We have Koss is Moss.
So, my boy, the Game & Watch himself, taking a match off of Void this season down in Southern California.
At a 2GG.
At a 2GG for, I think it was for 11th place or something. It was right before top 8.
Yeah.
Because I know Koss ended up getting 9th at that tournament. Koss has also taken a lot of wins this season. He was a little bit ranked lower than this last season by a couple of spots. I believe it was 4 spots, so he was 11th last season.
Yeah.
Koss, though, if you do not know how to play against him, like, you are in for a bad time with the amount of jab attacks, dash attacks, and up smashes that you got. And now, this season, he just added the toot-toot to his arsenal.
Oh, no.
Which is like one of Game & Watch's best kill confirms. He never did it until now, and now he's got the toot-toot on deck.
He's got the toot-toot. My absolute favorite Koss story is...
Oh, God. Koss. I have way too many Koss stories I shouldn't have. But
I don't have a lot of Koss stories, but this is my favorite Koss story. And this is at the expense of Mr. Connor McGilliot, a.k.a. G-Shark himself. So Spud hosted the tournament at his house in San Jose.
Yeah.
And grand finals, G-Shark versus Koss. Koss goes for a hammer. Koss goes for a hammer. 1. G-Shark immediately pops off. Nice punish. Goes to the hammer again. Immediate 9.
Yes.
Sends him right off the stage, wins the grand final.
I hate to say that G-Shark deserved it, but, G-Shark definitely deserved it. G-Shark, hold this 9 and hold this L, baby.
Oh, yes.
For life.
And speaking of holding things, holding the number 6 position.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, you did.
So smooth.
A man that I personally have a lot of respect for. Basque's 3XA, Mr. Adrian Atwell himself.
I know, man. So 3XA has been running around Smashville all season, throwing bombs, boomerangs, arrows, chains, the whole kitchen sink, dude. Yeah, everything, man. He's been just at it with his projectile game. He's been coming up, though. He got, I think, 33rd at EVO.
33rd at EVO, tied, I believe, for 2nd highest placing, obviously 17th going to Ido. But still a very respectable showing on the super national level.
Yeah.
Definitely deserving of this number 6 spot. That alone could be an argument for higher placing.
But I want to play him right now, tonight, on stream. Me
Adrian?
and you, 3XA.
3XA.
18-minute match like we always do.
part of the Basque crew.
The man knows how to use the clock to his advantage, let me
Yes,
tell you, because he definitely frustrates a lot of opponents and gets a lot of wins that way. But he's also very good at closing out stocks, too, which works to his advantage. He just makes you play his game very well, which is why he's sitting here at the number 6 seed. And without a certain somebody out of the Smash community, he's moving up one spot on that best Toon Link in the world.
Oh, yes.
Just calling it out. Shots.
No shots. No shots. It's all facts.
Oh, shots.
No shots. It's all facts.
Coming in, number 5. We got to keep going. WYW.
Wizzy Y Wizzy.
Wizzy Y Wizzy.
Legit.
So legit. Sitting back at that 5 spot, doing well with that Diddy Kong. Kicked my butt last week. I'm still a little bit salty about it. But this man has one of the best fundamental and neutral games that you will see in Northern California, in general. He's very, very solid at just like keeping you out of his zone, clapbacks,
Clapbacks.
into up smash. I mean,
banana into up smash.
It's less so that he's like one of the more. He's less of a punishing like combo heavy Diddy and more of just like a frustrate the heck out of you, bread and butters 20% at a time, rack you up, and then get the kill without ever getting touched kind of Diddy.
Yeah, so. And those are the most kinds of. That's the most frustrating kind of Diddy to play against.
So he had like 4 wins on GPIC, 1 on Solimar, 1 on Tab, Stark ×2, Athena, Wabi, Mo, DJ Relly, man, the list goes on, but you'll see, here's some good ones too. Zex, Rice, and GP at the end. So this man, he spends a lot of his time up in Sacramento with his WYW boys doing all the tournaments up there. Like to see him out more at Foundry, honestly, because I feel like he could he'd be a threat to the top 3 every single week if he just keeps coming.
There's a lot of these players that come like from out of sub-region, I guess.
Yeah.
That they gotta travel 2 hours to get here.
That's the thing about NorCal, man. We're one big region, but it's divided by a lot of sub-regions, and the commute can be kind of hard at times.
Fact. NorCal has the most tournaments in the world of any region on a weekly basis.
That is true. We usually have about 14 a week, which is like 2 a day pretty much.
2 a day, and if it's like, yeah, well, I don't have to travel. I'd rather travel 10 minutes versus an hour. You know? And it kind of there's a real argument that could be said for scaling back. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah. Honestly. We are gonna come back up. We are breaching the top 5. Yeah. Coming in at number 4, we have Enemy Slink Gaming's Zex.
By the way, we say top 5 because there is a
special somebody.
There's a special somebody that's going to sit above number 1, just to let you know. A little forecast. But Enemy Zex, I know last season he was very upset that he wasn't in the top 5 at all. Yeah. And he worked his butt off. 5. Yeah, he worked his butt off this season, man. So he's he conquered a lot of his demons that last season took him out from being like one of the top seeds to like just falling the tier below. His addition to Mario as like a pocket character, it's been really, really solid for him right now, because whenever he has like trouble with a matchup with Sheik like closing out stocks, he's like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna down throw up tilt this boy until he's done for.
Right into the Shadow Realm. And Zex, I've had a few interactions with him. I gotta say, Zex is one of the nicest people in the community. He's always been one to help out when he can. If he sees an opportunity, he'll take it, just like how he plays the game. Yep.
Definitely one of the biggest homies out here for Zex. Nothing but love, baby. He got a couple wins on Rice, 1 on Wabi, Nabster, C4, Paradox, Jet, 3 on DSS, 3 on Sean, 2 on Cost, 2 on Future, 2 on 3XA. I mean, the list goes on.
That's a lot of heads right there.
Yeah. So
a lot of notable.
Keep really seeing Zex around these tournaments, man. He's been killing it this season.
Definitely.
So coming up, number 3.
Number 3, we have Saint Gaming Rice.
Yep. So Rice been a new mainstay at the very top of the PR. Yeah. So ever since this guy. What? Yeah. Yeah, you're signed up, right?
No. Yeah, no, not today.
Not today. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that, people. So Rice, ever since he put down the wizard boots and his Falco reflector and all of the little things holding him back, and picked up the yellow cape of Mario, he's been dominating everybody. Every single place he goes. Unfortunately, the man couldn't make it out to EVO this year, but he is going up to SmashCon coming up.
All the way in Virginia?
Yeah, so I cannot wait to see Rice at a Super Major.
It's actually really funny. I was going through Super Smash Con. There was a thread on Reddit, and somebody posted, one of the people posted a list of notable people on the national level, and it's like Ally, 0. And I saw Rice on there. I was like, man, that's some real recognition right there. Real recognized real, and Rice, definitely one of the realists right now.
So, speaking of real, his real wins. See, look at that transition. I got you.
That's
I picked it up off of you. Yeah. We have DJ Relly, 2 on Stark, 4 on Itaku, 2 on Zex, 2 on Pro Beans, Kronos, Trevante, 2 on Sinister. Man, this list goes on. Villain, 2 on 3XA. Like, so you can see what it takes to be a top-level PR player. Not only do you have to have wins on a diversity of people, but multiple wins on those people as well.
Lots of wins. And he is absolutely ruthless.
Yeah.
He puts off this very
nice guy
demeanor.
Physique up front.
And then you get in game with him for 10 seconds, you're already in the Shadow Realm. You don't even know what's going on.
He's talking about your mama as he leaves. He picks up his controller.
He just
pours a glass of water. He is evil. I'm telling you, Rice
Dark
is not
Rice.
good people, ladies and gentlemen. He is not a good person. He is the most evil, sinister person. Especially when he drinks, he turns from rice into sake. We've learned that recently. We have learned that
and sake?
recently. Vante and sake is like the most ridiculous doubles combination.
Like what, number 2 on your PR, right?
Yeah, seriously. Number 2 on RPR, though, is 1UP's very own Shaky.
Shaky.
What can be said about Shaky that we haven't already seen on the local, national, and supranational level?
I don't know. He's going for a doctorate or something?
Yeah, so this man
he is smart as heck.
Yeah, so look at that, man. He's got smash skills, sharply dressed and good-looking man. He's got his doctorate on the way in neuroscience. Like, come on. It's a good life, Shaky.
Not fair.
Good life. So, Shaky, the thing that is important to note is that he only was able to go to 4 events this semester, or this PR period, because he was doing his doctorates, obviously, always working. Doesn't really have the time to travel all the time. But those events that he did well at were like super big events. 33rd at EVO, losing only to Kamamushi in like a 2-to-1 matchup, and then to K9 afterwards. So the set with Kamamushi, unfortunately, was not recorded, but it goes down in one of my personal top 5 Smash 4 sets that I've ever seen in my life.
Did you watch it live?
It was insane. I was the only one that was like there live, I feel like, because it was like he kicked Kamamushi's butt game 1. Kamamushi kicked his butt game 2. Game 3, Kamamushi does the Z-drop Metal Blade shenanigans into the Shoryuken.
Footstool in the Shoryuken.
Kills him and only took 11% at that point.
Oh, my God.
Shaky takes the rest of his stock from 11% to death without taking any damage, and they reset into like a one stock final scenario.
Final destination.
It was just the most ridiculous set I've ever seen.
Damn.
Shaky sitting at number 2, doing well.
Doing well for himself.
Killing it at Nationals. Yeah. And he said he's gonna top 8 the next one, man. So next time you see Shaky, you'll see him in top 8. Money back guarantee.
Or else he ain't coming back.
So
number 1.
Number 1.
We are getting up in here.
I know. So
the man himself.
The NorCal legend.
True ambitions. Trevante.
Yep. So what more can be said about Trevante, man? Everywhere he goes, he wins. Like nonstop.
No, he's a beast, man. He's the epitome of show up, take your money, leave.
Seriously,
Mr.
Dude.
Take your money.
With that Black Power pick in his hair, he's just like, fists up, taking your money, baby, and we out. Every single time.
Every single time.
So Trevante's Sheik has been absolutely insane. Now he's going to a Texas tournament next month.
Yes.
As well as, I believe he's going to SmashCon. I might need to be corrected here. But the man is starting to be more serious about going to like outside of our region kind of events. He wants to show the world that he is one of the best players in the game in general.
And, man, I could get into a rant about that, honestly. NorCal's top players, y'all need to follow Trevante's examples.
Yep.
If you got to show up on the level that everyone else is at, you got to be in the conversation with Ally. You got to be in the conversation with Abadango, Zero, Larry Lure. You know, all these top names. We got a lot of people in this region that could easily be in that conversation as well.
Yeah,
Trevante.
But we haven't had as much travel experience. That's the only thing holding us back. Which, I mean, you can't really fault everybody because the Bay Area is a very expensive place to live right now. It's the most ridiculous economy in the U.S. right now.
And I mean, also, not to mention, everyone's got their own lives. Like we just mentioned, Shaky's getting a doctorate.
Yeah,
Trevante,
still in school.
Trevante still in school? Yeah,
I think he's going to his last year
Davis?
at UC Davis.
So he's obviously a very smart individual himself. But top 8 or don't come back, Trevante.
Yep. So we're saving the best for last.
The best for last.
Because we have a rank 0 in our presence, ladies and gentlemen.
The final boss himself, the man who was ranked on both NorCal and SoCal's PR.
I think this man won just about every tournament in NorCal that he played in almost.
He did not win Who's Your Pappy.
Oh, he didn't?
He lost to Gervonta.
Okay, so my apologies.
Yeah.
He won pretty much every
He won pretty much everything else, though.
So the man that takes your money every time you see him.
He took my money. He took my money from the first Don't You Dare.
Takes your girl, too. He'll take everything from you. So there's nothing left.
No crew tag.
We know who it is, ladies and gentlemen. The god himself.
It's Ido.
It's Ido. So Ido is coming in with the 0 ranking mainly because for him, he's going to be moving back to SoCal in about 2 or 3 weeks to pursue his education a little bit further.
I think it's UC San Diego?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's going to be back down in Southern California, San Diego region. So y'all could have him back. We want to, keep our tournaments more diverse than Ido robbing us every week. But the man is so good, and he's pioneered a lot of the stuff that we see in the Meta Knight community. Yeah. So, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about MK Leo being the best there is at Meta Knight. I really want to see Ido go up against him. Ido got 17th at EVO. Very good showing. He just lost to Mr. R and Nairo. And the Nairo set could have gone his way.
It really could have.
Because if you watch the replay, there are 2 instances where he landed the back air to finish the deal, and he fell out of the 3rd hit of Meta Knight's back air. So it's like.
And then not on top of that.
What can you do?
His first, I think it was either his first or second game against Mr. R. He lived to like 200+%.
Yep.
And he almost took it back with rage against Mr. R, who is a national name in his own right, international name in his own right. Definitely one of the best.
So
and Ido almost beat him too.
Yeah.
So it's like we talk about people needing to show up at super majors.
Ido is one of the people that does participate everywhere, though.
He is the exception that makes the rule.
So
here.
That is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have revealed all 20 people here on the PR,
20,
and now we are going 21 technically. Yes, correct. Thank you, Telmo. Where would I be without you? So we're gonna reveal the PR banner right now for everybody to see at home. This is your Northern California Smash 4 Power Rankings for June, July 2016. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be turning it over to DC and Miho, opening up the show in just a little bit for the Smash of the Titans number 4. My name is Andy Sorrow. I am joined alongside your boy Telmo.
I got bras in Francisco.
Oh, okay. I see you. So do you have a Twitter or something you want to plug real quick before we sign off?
All right. So my Twitter is at Telmo.
There we go.
3 times. It's like Rumpelstiltskin.
There we go.
Say my name 3 times.
And Biggie Smalls will show up in the mirror. Biggie Smalls. So you already know me, Andy Sorrow, here every week. I'll see you guys on the other side, man.
Yep.
Let's take care. Thank you.